All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of the Fast Lane podcast for success. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it very much. And I appreciate all of the responses I've been getting from my Fast Lane friends out there. And keep sending the emails. I love it. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, today let's talk a little bit about deception. What does that mean? What am I, when you're talking about deception, from whom? Well, basically from everyone. There's a lot of deflection, deception, trickery that goes on in your life. People say one thing, mean another. It's up to you to be astute, to be in charge, to know what's going on, to not allow this to get the better of you, so to speak. You see, we're all enamored. Well, most people are enamored with shiny things. You know, the gold coins and silver, everything that glitters is gold, right? I think there was a song like that. But anyway. And that's the way it's been throughout the ages. That's what magicians do, is they draw your attention to one area while their craft is being done in another area to come back around and deceive you, really. I mean, so when you allow people to draw your attention to something, be wary of it. Question it. Yeah, okay, and I don't mean for this to sound cynical, but I'm here to help you. I'm here to give you some advice, right? So pay attention to what's going on in your world and the people that are presenting shiny objects to you. And it's not just with the shiny objects. I mean, it happens in our everyday life. Things to consider are gadgets. You know, the old shiny coins of old is now the new app, the new smartphone, new Android, the new this, the new that, the smartwatch, the everything. Here, look at this. Look and see what I've got. It's the coolest. What does it really do for you? What has Facebook done for you? I mean, it's done nothing but take your attention away from things that may be important and drive them to an area that is not so important. Who cares what somebody that you once knew but didn't really know says about someone that you didn't know and don't care about? It's all a distraction. Whether it's purposeful or not, it's a distraction. So it's up to you to see through that. Because if you're a goal-oriented person, then you're driven. And you're not driven by social media or an app or a new gadget, that 150-inch plasma, whatever it is. You're not driven by that. Those are just things that you accumulate for small amounts of entertainment at best. I'm not against entertainment. I'm not against gadgets, but just know their purpose. Just know what purpose they have. Because so many times we're always looking outward when we should be growing inward. We're being distracted outward from growing inward. That's why I've always advocated reading a book, reading an autobiography or a biography, reading about real life situations, about things that can help you, whether it's finances, marketing, sales, whatever the tool is that you want to learn more about. You can't beat a book. A YouTube video is nothing more than an advertisement for somebody that wants to shake you down for a 17 CD, fluff, whatever. Just go to the old standard library and get books. People that wrote books on subjects, they didn't do it for any other purpose than to provide information to you. And yeah, you're buying their book, but I mean, that's their reward for supplying information. These infomercials, and you see these people driving Ferraris into big houses and on the beach and stuff. Don't buy into that. It's junk. So that's what I'm talking about the shiny things that are being thrown at you and the deception that's being thrown your way, the things that people flash in front of you. And oh, look, and it's designed to make you feel like, oh, well, you're doing it the hard way. You're doing it wrong. Listen to me. I've got the answers. Do it the smart way, the easy way. Well, the smart way and the easy way is to listen to your gut. Do the things that you need to do. I've always talked about pen and paper. Write them down. Write them down. One of the biggest things that I tell people in my speeches is that the world doesn't owe you a damn thing. It doesn't owe you a thing. You got to make your own way. You're born into this world. naked and alone. You got a little bit of help from mommy and daddy. After that, you're on your own. Does that sound cold? Well, it is a little bit, but that's just the way that things work. The world doesn't owe you anything. Unlike when you were, a toddler and you played sports and you got your little trophy and your little reward for doing something. You make your own rewards now. You're an adult. You make your own reward. In other words, it's not that the world doesn't owe you anything. It's what do you owe the world? It's that sowing and reaping, the things that you've been learning about, the things that you've been studying, the books that you've read, that understand that you've got to give back. What are you going to pay the world? What are you going to do for the world? You can't change things that you can't change. You can only change things that you can change. Let me say that again so I don't. You can't change things you can't change. You can only change the things you can change. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I have ever given anyone on their path to their success and on their journey to happiness is to face your fear. Face it. Whatever it is, face it. There's the old analogy, eat the frog. I don't care if that's what it's all about and that's the way that you want to view it. That was just a simple analogy for facing your fear. Face the fear, the thing that you don't want to have to face. But if you face it head on, because those are the things that 99% of the people aren't doing. They're not doing it. And when you face your fear and you tackle things that are uncomfortable, my friend, you are in an elite group of a sparsely crowded room. There's hardly anyone there because it's uncomfortable. Just remember, when you get into a situation where it's uncomfortable, think about it logistically. What do I need to do? How can I head this off, get back to my journey, do the things I need to do? Facing your fear, watch out for the people that are distracting you, the magicians in your life, drawing your attention to things that doesn't matter in order to reveal or trick you into something that they want you to see. It's entertainment, but it's also life, and it's a life lesson. I know that I'm sounding a little cynical, but I'm here to give you this advice. I'm here to tell you that you have to do the things you have to do. You want your journey to go smooth? Sure you do. I do too. That's not always the case. You got to do things that you don't want to do. You got to do things you don't want to do, but you got to do them. Burying your head in the sand is not an option. You remember the movie, the Apollo movie, failure is not an option. Well, it is for some people. Not for you, not for me, but look around you. Failure's always been an option because they don't take care of the things they need to take care of. Not every situation is perfect. Not every situation that we get into is ideal. And sometimes other people put us in those situations because we trusted them, or we didn't follow our gut. We didn't listen to the inner voice. And now you have to take care of things. Okay? Well, listen, getting your vibe straight, getting your frequency, letting it flow naturally, take care of the things that you need to take care of, be consciously aware of the things that you're looking for in life, the signs. That's what it takes. Being unconsciously aware. In other words, making sure that your subconscious, your subconscious knows what your desires are, your motivations. Make sure your motivations are pure. Making sure that you're putting family and friends in the best possible light you can. Taking care of those relationships, taking care of the people around you, taking care of yourself is paramount to your success. It's paramount to who you are. Don't let other people fool you. Don't be fooled. And finally, I've advocated pencil and paper, handwriting, not typing, not computer, doing it physically by your own hand, writing your goals, writing your measured and obtainable goal set. By what time, by what means that you're going to achieve. Realistic. So make sure that you're keeping a journal. Make sure that you're writing things down. Make sure that you're keeping track of where you are, where you've been, where you're going. It's all important. Make sure you're reviewing your goals. Make sure that you're entrusting people that you're 100% comfortable with. Success is up to you. It's your life, no one else's. Never stop searching. Never stop looking for a way Even if you're successful, continue to be successful and share with other people. All right. Well, listen, I think that should do it for this episode, and I appreciate you joining me once again. Fastlane Podcast for Success. I'm your host, Derek Lane. And again, if you know somebody that can enjoy the message, share it with them. Tell them to jump on, listen to this episode and many others. We've got quite a few out there now. And I'm on all of the major outlets for podcasting: Google Play, iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeart, YouTube. It's all out there. It's all out there. So thank you so much. You can send me messages, via email, Derek at FastlanePodcast.com. Derek, DEREK, at FastlanePodcast.com. Look forward to reading those. Look forward to sending responses. So thank you so much. We will have another communication. Until then, have a blessed and wonderful week. Thank you so much. Enjoy this conversation.